Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is J-Car Superstar reporting to you. I am here, and you are here, and we are all here together to talk about the weather. So let's get to it. Looks like we have some wind activity in northeastern Asia, Russia, right in there. Probably looks like a storm system. Got another one moving over Hudson Bay. About to move over there, and then one going into Europe. So that's kind of what we got going on in the atmosphere today. Let's look at our temperatures. That's the big news. Did you hear, folks? Negative 55 degrees in Chicago today. The coldest it has ever been in Chicago in recorded history ever is negative 22 degrees. Today it got down to negative 18 degrees. So there you have that. Looks like down in the southwest, they're probably wearing shorts and t-shirts down there in Tucson and Phoenix. Big cold front over the Rockies. See how things change with temperature over the next few days. So today is Thursday, going into Friday. You see that polar vortex kind of push south a little. Friday night starts to recede. There we go. All the way back into the Great Lakes. Nope. Reappears again on Saturday. Looks to be for a nice weekend. Most of the continental United States here. All right. Well, the next few days shouldn't be as cold, folks. That's good news for you guys who are up in here. We're going to experience some nice 50s here come Monday, Sunday, right in there. Now let's take a look at our storms and see what new precipitation we can be expecting here. So we already know what the weather's like today out there. Alright, there we go. Let's get to it. Moving into Friday up in the Pacific Northwest, looks like we'll be seeing some snow showers in the Cascades, the British Columbia, the Rockies, the Canadian Rockies and British Columbia. Storm system moving north of San Francisco Friday night into southern Oregon, it looks like. Looks like it's going to combine that moisture with that cold air up there. Let's see what that does. Starting to combine, pushing in towards the Four Corners region. Well, above that, Utah, Colorado, Idaho, Wyoming, getting it all. Sunday morning, looking at snow starting to push into the Denver area. Don't know how much yet. We'll get to that. It'll continue through Sunday. Looks like it'll be done by Monday. And then another system moving in on Monday. Up in the northeast, you guys are getting some more snow up in there, especially southeastern Canada. Let's go up here a few more days and take a look out here. Wednesday looks like. So maybe later on in the week we'll look at some storms in the south forming. And out towards Friday, we have a new system moving in off the Pacific Northwest that'll probably push its way through. So guys, it seems to be kind of a pattern of cold air, precipitation, meeting, and then sending storms all the way on out to here. And then looks like some of them are going over to Europe. Of course, this wind is going straight north. So it really is just a vortex. Alright. Global snowfall totals. Here we are today. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Alright, so here we are today. This Sunday, let's see, look, Canadian Rockies getting hit hard. On Sunday, we're expecting snow in Colorado. How much? Looks to be a decent amount up there in the Rockies. Oh, yep, there we go. There we go, guys. 6 inches, 10 inches. So 6 to 10 inches we're looking for in the Denver area on Sunday through Wednesday. How much is up here? 37 inches in the Canadian Rockies. 44 inches. Alright, that's enough of that. Let's take a look at our Arctic sea ice. How are we doing up there with that? Looks like we are developing some new ice in the south. Okay, up here we're looking at this yellow line here is the median ice edge from 1981 to 2010. So think about how much this thing fluctuates and how there are patterns in there. So if you have a pattern, like a wave on a chart, and you're looking for an average in that, it's just going to be there at the peak. But there are cycles that are pretty normal. So where are we in this cycle? Right now we're going into solar minimum. So we should expect these these polar ice caps to be pushing out towards the yellow lines and maybe even crossing them. Not a huge amount, but just a little bit. Looking at the South Pole, lots of new ice down there. Look at that. Either that or it's ice that's melting, but it's getting thinner. 20% versus the 90, 100% that we have that's white. Alright. We already looked at the weather for ourselves. Guys, you might want to start comparing the weather we look at on this channel here to your weather at home. I've been curious myself about whether or not we're having any inconsistencies with our 10-day forecasts and what actually happens 10 days from any given point in time. So one of the reasons we're doing this channel here, guys, is to try to look for patterns of what's happening with our weather, but also are we getting the best information? And this is state-of-the-art public government information. This is like straight from the satellites, minus whatever guy in a room on a computer has to actually make something of it, but that's the data right there, folks. Getting into our space weather here today. Ooh, you know what I wanted to do? I wanted to show you, we'll get to that in a second, that's a big deal. I wanted to show you guys some pictures that were sent in some of our viewers. This one is from Denver, an acquaintance of mine here. This is her and her dog out in the snow yesterday. Beautiful out there, beautiful husky, beautiful day. And this is a picture of the sunset last night in Denver. This is absolutely incredible, guys. Take a look at this. Look how pink that sky is up there. This big dome of clouds sagging out from there. Beautiful day. That's about 4 to 6 inches of snow out there on a driving range. So cold you can see the snow blowing across here at the bottom. You guys see that? Little waves of snow down here. Alright. Enough of that. Alright, here we are with our KP index. That is the planetary K index. It's taken in 3-hour segments from stations all over the world. They measure the intensity of solar output. So is the sun beaming hard on you today or not so much? Is there lots of radiation in it? X-rays, gamma rays, all that we get that our atmosphere protects us from. What are we having to protect ourselves from? Well, for 3 days we were at Ka0, which means there was a whole lot of nothing coming out of the sun. And we saw it start to kind of jump a little bit last night, and within the last 3 hours, so what is it now? 6:30 p.m. Mountain Time. So since 3:30 to 6:30, I don't know how old this is. Let's see, it's probably half an hour old. So from 3 to 6 p.m. Mountain Time, we were at KP5, and that does classify as a solar storm. For those of you more interested in that, I recommend looking at the video by Suspicious Observers. They do a morning update every morning on this, and they can tell you what this means, how it affects you, where it's coming from. But this is our solar weather. We see correlations, and we'll get into this more later as we progress the channel here. But There's been shown correlations between these storms and these lack of storms and earthquakes, volcanic activity, cloud nucleation, kind of getting into some interesting stuff with that. Latest earthquakes here. Looks like we have a nice slew of earthquakes along the Craton Edge, San Andreas here, Craton Edge, which is the divide of the old plate, this guy right here, and the new plate, and this plate mash against that plate. That's why you have the continental divide, because it is a divide between two continents. And we have earthquakes there. See what else is going on around here. Lots of 5s today. These big guys are 5s. Down here in Chile, Easter Island, New Zealand, Vanuatu. And finally, to finish up for tonight, guys, we're looking at the real-time tremor map. This is the Pacific Northwest. This is kind of my little side project here, but I figured I might as well include it because there might be some of you in the Pacific Northwest who care about the 9.0 earthquake you guys could have. Last one was in January of the year 1700, so we are 319 years into this cycle between earthquakes. So lots of activity. You can see the shape of the plate as it tremors deep under. This is literally the plate grinding down below our plate. Ocean plate over here goes under our plate over here, and this is where the grinding happens. And that's a good thing because that means the plate is moving. When this stops, when there's nothing happening here, that's a bad thing because we're having force pushing over towards the coast, but we're not having any movement, and at some point something's going to snap at a 9.0 level. Alright guys, that's it for tonight. We'll try to be back. Maybe tomorrow look at some more of the other places around the country. Maybe look at some of the stuff going on around the world. We're going to try to get some news articles about what's going on out there. I'm going to type up here in the search bar up here. If you guys have any pictures of extreme weather or just anything interesting with natural phenomena, anything I cover, any articles, any comments or anything, feel free to email me. This is for the channel, for JCar Superstar, through Earth's eyes at gmail.com. So there you have it, through Earth's eyes at gmail.com. Go ahead and email me your pictures. Thank you for your support. We'll see you guys next time.